We welcome you back to the NM State Softball Complex for game number 2 of today's doubleheader. It's NM State and number 25 Arizona. Adam Young, pleased to be with you, joined by the Olympian Tori Vidalis. Well, game 1 was a slugfest. Arizona able to hold off the Aggies by the final score of 14-9. And Tori, we saw 7 combined home runs, a lot of offense for both in game 1.
Yeah, well, we talked about it early in that game is both teams are so offensively minded that we knew we were going to see some hits. We just didn't know how many. Could the pitchers hold the offenses off and come out victorious? And the Wildcats did.
Arizona scoring 14 runs in that first game today, banging out 15 hits. The middle of their order was really good with Skaggs, Pacho, and then Dimmler all homering in the first game today. Jordan King struggled a bit. She's going to start game number 2 for New Mexico State. She only lasted 2+ innings in her first game start, allowing 7 runs and 8 hits. And Janelle Mionio will step in against Jordan King to get game number 2 underway. Glad you're with us. First pitch time is 7:39 Mountain Time here at the NM State Softball Complex in Las Cruces, New Mexico. What a gorgeous night for softball. Still a light breeze. A little windy at times earlier today, but it's a perfect night as the Aggies look for their first win against the Wildcats since 2013. There's a strike from King. And Mionio trying to pick up right where she left off in game 1 when she walked twice and singled twice in the opener. Mionio, the DP in this one, they're still trying to ease her back in after missing almost 2 months with a stress fracture in her foot. So that's why she's not playing in the outfield, I would assume, here for game 2. Just trying to give her a half game off, if you will, and just bat and not play the field.
Definitely makes a big difference when you're doing just one and not the other. Gives you a full, usually around 5-10 minute break in between, and if you have a long inning, you get another extra push.
Flies this one to left, and the catch is made by Haley Tenori. Here's a look at the Arizona order. Behind Mionio, it's Palacios and Skaggs. And it's Pacho, Skupin, and Dimmler. In the bottom third is Behringer, Carroll, and Kutso Yiannopoulos. Kutso Yiannopoulos played but did not start in game 1. Here's Charlize Palacios, and she takes up and away for ball 1.
I am glad to see Jordan King back out on the mound, though I feel like she didn't bring her best stuff the first game, and I'm glad she's getting a shot at redemption to really show up and show out.
The 1-0 taken inside. We mentioned a lot during game 1 about the heavy workload this year for Jordan, a true freshman from Pomona, California, went to St. Paul High School where she was a two-way player. A very hard thrower, especially for a freshman. Makes her 18th start during her true freshman year. Was originally committed to California, Berkeley. And now pitching for the Aggies.
And I don't think anybody comes into their freshman year thinking that they're going to throw 100+ innings, but really, although it's a struggle now, you know, their losing record 10-30, but this is only going to help them next year. She has so much experience. She's going to know what to expect and really hone in her tools.
Snow cone snag by Jaylene Burton over at short, and she throws out Palacios for out number 2. What was your routine, Tori, when you were getting ready for game 2 during a doubleheader? You have 30 minutes. I guess you get something to eat. What did you do to get ready as a player?
I would eat, and then I would avoid doing anything physical for as long as possible. My body always hurt a lot after, or like in between games, because you know you have to play a full 7 innings. Of course, unless there's a run rule, but you have to play so much softball left. I'm like, I just need to rest, breathe, let my legs cool off. Mostly it was just taking off my cleats, letting my feet, letting them puppies breathe.
I hear you. So Arizona had a table full of snacks right behind their dugout.
Always, you gotta take the best fruit before everyone gets over there too. Everyone hoards the strawberries and the pineapple.
Really?
Oh yeah, they were monsters, let me tell you. You're 1 minute behind and it's gone.
So what fruit was part of the leftovers then?
Cantaloupe and honeydew always, which thankfully I like those. So if I get gypped, you know, I still have some, but it's like that in the dugouts and the snacks in the dugout during the middle of the game. The good ones always go first.
Well, whatever Skaggs is eating right now, it's working because she has 6 home runs in her previous 5 games. She homered in her final at-bat in game 1 today. No doubt her solo shot in the 7th in that 14-9 U of A win. The 1-2 coming home from Jordan King. This one is pounded out to center. Back is Taylor, and she does it once again. Home run number 7 for Skaggs in her previous 6. She's unstoppable. 1-0 Arizona.
Are you kidding me? Allie Skaggs has been so impressive. 7th home run in the last 7 games. And I don't think people realize how impressive that actually is. To go that long of a span and be this locked in, barreling these balls, not letting your mind get away from you. So good. Allie Skaggs is on an unbelievable tear.
Izzy Pacho steps in. She went back-to-back with Skaggs in the 7th earlier today. 3, 4, and 5 slots in the order for Arizona all hit home runs in the first game. But Dimmler was batting 5th in the first game. She's batting 6th in this one. Skupin slides up a spot. And Skupin waits on deck right now. The 1-0 to Pacho. She takes it for ball 2. That average continues to climb for Pacho. She was at 381 when today began. Now she's at 398. Had 4 hits in the first game today. 3 singles and the homer. She lifts it out to right. Playable for Carly. And she makes the catch for out number 3. Home run for Skaggs, her 2nd of the doubleheader. And the Pac-12 Player of the Week gives Arizona a 1-run lead.
Oh, I've travelled all over, telling folks they could save by bundling home and car insurance. But here's the real secret. Eye contact. We just had a moment.
Geico.
I want ice cream.
Seriously?
I'm gonna drive to get my ice cream.
No, you're not. Play with this.
No, I'm driving.
Really? Drinking and driving? How old are you?
I'm a big boy.
I need a lawn. Quick. Fast way to bring it up to speed? Scott's Turf Builder Rapid Grass.
It grows 2 times faster than seed alone for full green grass.
Everything else just seems slow. It's lawn season. Let's get to the yard.
Home run number 18 this year for Allie Skaggs, and Arizona goes ahead 1-0 as we head to the home half of the first here at the NM State Softball Complex. Jesse Fonts working home to leadoff hitter Haley Tenori, and she misses high and in for ball 1. Pretty good first game today offensively for this NM State offense. They switched some things up. Madison Muxon did not start in game 1. She'll hit second here in game 2. And then Lopez had a multi-home run game. And Kayla Bowen, don't forget about her. She finished a triple shy of the cycle. So to our point, Tori, early on in the first game yesterday, we talked about New Mexico State hitting enough to win games this year. They hit enough to win in game 1. They just couldn't hold down this Arizona offense.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you look at a box score and see that a team put up 9 runs, most of the time they're going to come out victorious. And that just goes to show how important both sides of this game is. You have to have the pitching and the hitting to put together a complete game to get a win.
Check swing by Tenori. No go, down to third. Michael Hernandez, who was on the plate, is our third base umpire tonight. Dale Wilson is calling balls and strikes. Michael Montoya down at first. Two from Jesse Fonts. Bounce to third, diving stop, Pacho, and she throws a dart across the diamond.
Pacho has been a vacuum. Don't expect anything less from her. Getting her glove out and talk about the speed that she was able to do this. Tenori has a ton of speed, so for her to be able to snag a ball, fall to the ground, and make a throw, all within the time frame of her getting to first, impressive.
Madison Muxon, great numbers, limited action this year, and she hits a rifle out to left field. It's caught by Behringer. Well, Jesse Fonts was so good down the stretch in game 1 that head coach Caitlin Lowe gives her a start in game 2.
So nice, you had to do it twice, right? Jesse Fonts primarily up in the zone, curve, screw, has a little bit of everything. Won't see a change as often as we see with the other Arizona pitchers, but definitely executing pitches extremely well.
And she will need to execute well against Ramsey Lopez. Lopez, 2 home runs, knocked in 4 earlier today. Also had a single and a walk. That career home run total now for the redshirt sophomore from Albuquerque, New Mexico. 35 career home runs, 15 this year. The 2-ball pitch. Inner corner for a strike, 2-1. That line for Fonts in the first game, 1 1/3, 3 strikeouts, the rest zeros. And she went 1, 2, 3 in the 7th with 3 punch-outs. So when you look back at that, it's kind of a no-brainer. That game finished about 35 minutes ago, and quite frankly, there was probably 35-minute innings earlier today.
There definitely
was.
I remember there was a 45-minute inning.
So it's kind of like a longer inning. Devin Nett started the first game for Arizona. Maddie Ellish got the win in relief. She went 4, Nets went 1 2/3, so Nets didn't throw much and should be more than good to go here tonight. And that hits Lopez, might have been on her elbow on the 3-2 delivery. She reaches again, a painful reach for Lopez, who's aboard with 2 gone.
Yeah, I'm sure she would have rather just taken a walk, but those are the worst, because when someone hits you, you are mad because it hurts, but you can't really place the anger anywhere because you know that they didn't mean to do it, and you couldn't do anything to get out of the way.
So Lopez aboard, and now Kayla Bowen, the batter. She was also outstanding in game 1. Good cut right there from Bowen. She had a home run, a double, a single, triple shy of a cycle. Her average went from 355 up to 368. 4-year starter out of Fresno. And she sends this out to right field. It struck well, and a great catch is made in foul ground by the right fielder, Paige Dimmler. That sent us to the second, 1-0 Arizona.
Meet Renee, bank manager and mother. But when she gets on her bike, she becomes Rebel Renee. Rebel Renee isn't about greasing some palms to get things done. And she rides with Geico because she'd never rebel against great service. Geico. Savings and service for both your sides.
Ooh, I want ice cream.
Seriously?
I'm gonna drive to get my ice cream.
No, you're not. Play with this.
No, I'm driving.
Really? Drinking and driving? How old are you?
I'm a big boy.
Let's go again. One more.
One more?
Want more?
Especially knowing that was his last year. It meant everything to bring Coach back to Oklahoma City. I didn't realize it till after. I really was the last person that Coach sent around to home. Seeing him just feel at home there was really something super special.
He put in so much of his life to the game.
It just meant so much more for him to retire in OKC.
Adam Young back with the Olympian Tori Vidalis. And Tori, you call Mike Candrea the GOAT. He spent 36 marvelous years in Tucson.
Not only do I call him the GOAT, but I think the entire softball world, if you say who's the GOAT coach, they're going to say Mike Candrea. Or they might say Carol Hutchins because she's pretty up there too. But he has done so much for softball. And for me, watching the 08 team, he was the coach. He was what you wanted. You wanted to play for him as a coach because that meant that you were the best of the best. And I think he really brought that culture here to Arizona. And that's why you see so many successful players come out of this program, because he coaches them to be that way. He coaches them to be not only great players, but great people as well.
Carly Skupin, who played for Mike Candrea a year ago, leads off the second for Arizona. Caitlin Lowe takes over, and it's been a seamless transition, as you would imagine, because Caitlin Lowe played for Mike Candrea. She knows this program extremely well. Longtime assistant. Previous 4 years, she served as the associate head coach. She told us earlier today, I've moved offices 3 times, and that tells you that she really paid her dues. She was the operations director, volunteer assistant, associate head coach, and now she's the bench boss in her first year.
And that's an important lesson, because there's so many ways to be a coach or be around this game. And she's a perfect example. She really did work her way up, and that was something that she really wanted, and she was willing to take that.
Leadoff walk to scoop in when Jordan King struggled in the first game today. It was walks, and she'll try to avoid those the rest of the way. Lowe was a 4-time All-American player at Arizona, 2-time national champ, 06-07. The last time Arizona won a national title was with Caitlin Lowe as a player in 07. That's a lot of stolen bases, 156. My goodness.
You want to know what puts it even more in perspective?
Dimmler hits it out to left, and this one's gone. A home run for Dimmler. Her second home run in her previous 3 at-bats in the doubleheader. 3-0 Arizona.
This Arizona team is seeing the ball so well tonight. Squaring it up, not only the home runs, but it's all the other hits that make these just as impressive. You see Dimmler taking a pitch up in the zone. This is something that this team is very good at. They're so impressive at keeping their barrel flat through the zone, especially on those rise balls. They don't have extra movement. They're taking their hands straight to the ball and letting their body rotate and finish the swing.
Next up is Blaze Behringer, who also homered earlier today, her first as a Wildcat. And she doubled, knocked in 3 in the first game. A win for Arizona. They've now won 3 in a row and 8 of their previous 10. Trying to inch closer to win number 30. Behringer takes low, 2-0. 40-plus wins for Arizona in each of the previous 7 full seasons. They're going to have to finish strong this year to get there, but they appear to be peaking right now with a healthy Janelle Mionio and starting to play well as well in Pac-12 play.
At this point in the year, anything's possible.
This is usually when Arizona peaks.
Yeah, when all the craziness of all NCAA softball starts. You know, upsets, rankings, everything.
Bouncing ball behind the circle. Great play again by Maya Martinez, who's been fantastic defensively all day.
She really has. She's putting a clinic on over there at second base. Especially this ball off the bat of Behringer. Puts herself in a great position to stay behind it and also keep her eyes down to it. A lot of times you see players come up and look up towards where they're going to throw before they're fielding it. On that ball, she stayed down on it, kept her eyes there, and got the short hop, and made the play easier on herself.
Strike one to Sophia Carroll, the Arizona shortstop, who's 0 for 14 in her previous 4. Out of Phoenix, Shadow Ridge High School. Nobody on with 1 away. Liner the other way. Over the outstretched arms of Kayla Bowen. And Carroll rips off her batting glove. She needed something to drop, and she finds a hole here in the second.
Yeah, you could tell she really needed that little spark. She's raising her hand saying, thank you, I needed that. Sometimes that's all it takes, is just a little bloop into right field, and it just puts you at ease. It makes everything a lot easier, makes the game seem a lot slower.
Here's Julia Couto-Yiannopoulos. Bunts it back to the circle. King looks at second. Martinez covers at first. And the sacrifice is good as it goes 1-4. So over to second base, Carroll. And now Arizona has a runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Lineup flips around for the top, and leadoff hitter Janelle Mionio, who flied out to left in the first inning. Last year's Pac-12 Freshman of the Year was a 3rd-team All-American a season ago. A redshirt sophomore from Hacienda Heights, California. Good pitch by King for strike 1.
King looking a lot more sharp, a lot more efficient. She's making quality pitches, and the more quality pitches you make, the less often they're going to get hit as hard as they would if you're just kind of throwing one in there every once in a while. Because then it looks like a sweet spot for these hitters. But when you keep peppering that zone, it makes it a lot harder to identify as a hitter.
No balls, 2 strikes on Mionio. Jordan King gets the pitch call from the Aggie dugout from head coach Kathy Rodolph, who also calls pitches. Stopped there by Malika Ofoia. Does not allow Carroll to advance to third. Three-0 Arizona. A lot of power again. There you see Kathy Rudolph on the left side of your screen calling out the pitch, and then what King does is she looks down at the armband for the numbers that Kathy Rudolph is calling out. Swing and a miss by Mionio, down to first for out number 3. The home run parade continues, Tori, for Arizona.
Allie Skaggs is unstoppable. 7 home runs in the last 7 games. And it's because she can hit this pitch at her eyes, and she can take it down low as well.
Meet Renee, bank manager and mother. But when she gets on her bike, she becomes Rebel Renee. Rebel Renee isn't about greasing some palms to get things done. And she rides with Geico because she'd never rebel against great service. Geico, savings and service for both your sides.
Oh, I want ice cream.
Seriously?
I'm gonna drive to get my ice cream.
No, you're not. Play with this.
No, I'm driving.
Really? Drinking and driving? How old are you?
I'm a big boy.
The BK $5 Your Way meal is here to make your choice easy and so tasty. Go straight to the Double Whopper Junior with piping hot small fries, 4-piece crispy nuggets, and a refreshing small drink. Can you believe you get all this for only $5? The $5 Your Way meal, only at Burger King.
Adam Young and the Olympian Tori Vidalis back with you from the NM State Softball Complex. It is the second game of today's doubleheader. Arizona trying to sweep it. And they've jumped out to a 3-0 lead on home runs from Skaggs and Dimmler. New Mexico State head coach Kathy Rudolph, she's a veteran, 19th year, 750 career wins overall, 5-time WAC Coach of the Year. And her Aggies have won the WAC regular season in 5 of the previous 6 full seasons. They're trying to hit their stride into their conference tournament, which is now a couple weeks away in Huntsville, Texas, just outside of Houston. Sam Houston will host. Kathy Rudolph has been a mainstay with this program. They've competed for titles. They've beaten a lot of Power 5s, and they always schedule tough. 8 of their first 20 games this year came against Power 5 competition. Rutgers, Arizona State a couple times, Washington twice, Nebraska, Oregon State. Heck, they even hosted a really good Texas State program out of the gate. The 0-2 to Martinez. Ball 1.
And I think that's what the great thing is about preseason and all the tournaments at the beginning is really to be the best, you got to play the best and understand what that looks like. Helps you grow, even though you take a lot of losses. In the long run, it's going to be beneficial to the players.
No go on the appeal, says first base umpire Michael Montoya. And when you build up the respect that Kathy Rudolph has, Power 5 schools will come here. You don't have to travel to play Power 5 schools. Oregon State was here earlier this year. Arizona's here today. Nebraska was here earlier this year. Arkansas was here a couple of years ago. Arizona State has come here rather consistently.
Yeah, I think in this game it comes down to relationships. You know, the softball world is extremely small. And once you kind of cement yourself as a coach and you've been around for a while and you play the game right and you respect it, you respect your peers and your players and everything, good things happen.
Great catch by Kutso Yiannopoulos, who can play all over the place defensively. She's been in left, she's been at first, now she's in center. And Caitlin Lowe, the head coach earlier today with us, was raving about her defense. She can hit, but she can defend at an elite level.
Yeah, we asked Coach Lowe, what was the decision moving her? Last year we saw her only at first base. and said, you know, what was that kind of factor that made you throw her out there? And she said, well, first of all, the injury to Mionyo really opened up a spot out there. Had to play a little bit of a Tetris game trying to fit people out there. But Mike Andrea actually said that she was one of the best defensive first basemen he had ever seen. And Coach Lowe said, I'll one-up you. I think she's one of the best defensive players, period.
A bunt into no man's land for Jillian Taylor. The second baseman, Skaggs, was rotating, and Taylor put it where they weren't.
She's reading the defense really well. Scoop in at first base, charges really hard to that ball. And a push bunt extraordinaire. Taylor, ton of back control. Push bunts are very hard to do. At least for me, maybe because I was a power hitter, but so hard to perfect, I should say, to really get it to work.
Tucson native Riley Carley. Fouls off the 0-1, 0-2. You actually played against Kutso Yiannopoulos in the Olympics.
I did,
He's on Team Italy.
She played for Italy. We played them, I believe it was the fourth game of opening round. And then we didn't face them again, but we got to see them. It was nice because we're all pretty good friends after playing each other over and over and over for a couple years. Charlize Palacios thinks Taylor's getting too big of a lead here. Snap throw down to first. Scoopin, being a lefty, makes that tag a lot easier. Doesn't have to turn her body.
Count evens at 2-2 on Carley. Malika Ofoia waits on deck for NM State. They're trying to go to 11-30. They've lost 4 in a row and 8 of their previous 9. Just off the outside, ball 3, 3-2.
That was a beautiful pitch.
A win right here for the Aggies would go a long way the rest of the way in conference play. It's conference play the rest of the way for NM State. This one is lofted out to left field, but it's foul in front of Behringer, who is coming over. I think even just playing well for New Mexico State here tonight would go a long way. They played well offensively in the first game today and hung in there. Just couldn't pitch it well enough. If they can hang around here in game 2, that could also be a confidence builder into a conference weekend.
Absolutely. Knowing you took a top 25 team.
Liner to left, caught by Behringer, and all the way back to first base, Taylor.
Knowing that you can take a top 25 team and really hold a close game with them says a lot. I mean, think about the teams that you're playing. None of them are in the top 25. So you take that going into the next game with so much confidence, knowing what you're capable of and the level that you can play to.
Malika Ofoia hasn't played a lot this year, only 39 ABs, making her 18th start. Third different catcher used by the Aggies here tonight. They used a pair in game 1. Hannah Lindsay started. Savannah Bejarano came in a reserve role. And now Ofoia starts game 2. And she grounded softly to first base. Easy play for Scoopin. And we go to the third. Arizona blanking NM State in game 2.
I love my new home, but it might be too Victorian.
Gosh, interesting hemline on those pants.
At least Geico makes bundling my home and car insurance easy. I save so much.
Pardon me, Your Grace.
Oh, just call me Grace.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
I want ice cream.
Seriously?
I'm gonna drive to get my ice cream.
No, you're not. Play with this.
No, I'm driving.
Really? Drinking and driving? How old are you?
I'm a big boy.
I don't think I can do this.
You said you wanted to feel the power of Cricket 5G.
I thought you meant like live streaming.
Oh, we're live streaming, all right. Let's roll. Smile, you're on Cricket.
3-0 Arizona as we enter the third. Palacios, Skaggs, and Pacho to 3 and 4 for the Wildcats, looking for their 4th win in a row, looking for their 29th win of the season. It's kind of been up and down as you see this graphic here. Really good in the first 23, struggled in the next 11. Now they're 8 and 2 in their previous 10, but I think a large part of that, Tori, is the league they play in, right?
Absolutely. I mean, the pack is extremely competitive. Every team gives a great fight. And think about it, opening up pack season with UCLA, who was ranked number 2 at the time. I mean, that's a tough go.
Palacios smokes it out to deep center. Home run, Charlize Palacios. Her 8th home run in her previous 14 games. She is sizzling.
She looks so good at the plate. It's funny, I was heading down to the concession stand earlier and she said, "What am I doing wrong?" I said, "You're not doing anything wrong. You look great." And she said, "Okay, you're right." And then comes out and puts this swing. Beautiful, stays on plane so long. Her hands are extremely fast through the zone, just hit it where it was pitched. Textbook swing from Palacios.
So much power in this Arizona lineup. Now it's Skaggs. So you see Palacios, now you get Skaggs, and you stare in the on deck circle and you see Pacho. Good luck.
Yeah, it's never ending with this lineup. It's just a matter of which one is going to do it, right?
A 7-home run doubleheader for Arizona. We still have a long way to go. 2-0. Is grounded over to short, scooped up by Jaylene Burton, and good stretch over at first base by Bowen for out number 1.
A sharply hit ball as well.
Next up is Pacho. Cleanup batter for Arizona, 0 for 1 in the game. But she had 4 hits in the first game today. First toss to Pacho. Good cut. Fouls it away, straight back. You just have to be careful if you elevate a pitch against this Arizona offense. Great bat speed all over the place. They can catch up to it. And they can send it a long way.
Yeah, that pitch would have been scary if she made contact and it ended up fair.
Izzy Pacho, a cool story. Last year only played in 8 games. She's a redshirt junior now, and more playing time, more production for Pacho. Out of Tucson's Ironwood Ridge High School, 2nd on the team in average. Just having a really good year, offensively and defensively. And she grounds it through the legs of Lopez and out to left field. Hard hit ball, but that's an error over at third on Ramsey Lopez. It was hit right to her.
This one comes hot off Pacho's bat. To me, anytime it goes through your legs, it's going to automatically be an error. I mean, that was a very sharply hit ball, but you got to work ground up. When the ball's on the ground, your glove should be on the ground and working up instead of working down towards the ball.
Carly Scoopin, another Arizona Tucson native. And she takes strike one from Jordan King. Scoopin went to Tucson High School, was a top 25 high school recruit nationally. The 2019 Arizona Gatorade Player of the Year. And like we said in game one, what Arizona has done for years is keep that homegrown talent in Tucson. They've done a really good job recruiting their area. And we get it. Warm weather, beautiful ballpark,
yes.
Winning program, great head coach from Mike Andrea now to Caitlin Lowe. It makes sense.
It's great when you go to Hillenbrand and Scoopin is up to bat. You hear all the fans scoop, and it sound at first when you're not used to it, it sounds like they're booing her.
Yep.
And I was like, whoa! But then she does that, and how can you boo her after after the bat comes out to play? She drives one 5-6 hole, keeping the tear alive.
Tori, she's not been out today. She reached base in all 5 plate appearances in game one, and she's been aboard twice in 2 plate appearances in game 2.
The odds are in her favor today, that's for sure.
And we probably haven't talked about her enough because she hasn't homered yet. If you homer, you get the love. Swing and a miss by Dimmler, strike one. Dimmler homered in the second, a 2-run blast, her second of the day. If I'm sitting next to a power hitter, we have to talk about power, right? We have to talk about home runs.
Hey, the power is important, but the people that set the tone, forever in debt.
Good cut again, 0-2 on Dimmler. Arizona trying to make it 18 straight wins against NM State. The Aggies last beat the Wildcats in 2013 here at home. Heading down the final stretch of the regular season. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Good pitch by King, overpowering Dimmler for strikeout number 2.
I love that she comes back into the second game and is just so much more confident, shaping her pitches, really finding the zone, chipping away at those edges. She's so effective when she stays around the zone. A lot more deceptive.
Bouncing ball inside of third, past the diving Lopez towards the corner. Pacho will score on a long RBI single for Behringer. She knocks in her 4th run of the day, her 15th of the year.
Behringer on a tear as well. Just sneaking this in, the third baseline. Perfectly placed. And Pacho showing us the wheels. Scoring from second easily.
Yeah, that'll prompt a circle visit from 19th year head coach Kathy Rodolph. 5 runs in for Arizona. They've scored in every single inning. 1 run in the first, 2 in the second, 2 so far in the third, and they're looking for more here with 2 outs. Kathy Rodolph talking to the entire infield, so not just the battery of King and Ofoia. What goes on during these conversations when the entire infield is in there, Tori?
A lot of times it's scouting, so let's see, Carroll's coming up. She got a base hit last at bat. Maybe talking about what her spray charts look like, what to expect, any type of shifts that you need to play, or where the pitching staff wants to pitch her, so where you need to be aligned. Sometimes it's just like a, hey, come on, get an out. That's it, let's get off the field. And you're like, yes, coach.
Sophia Carroll trying to get back on track. A hard hit single last inning. Trying to extend this third for Arizona. And she lofts it out to shallow center, and a lunging catch is made by Jillian Taylor. Hot start for Arizona. First-year head coach Caitlin Lowe will join us when we come back.
Meet Renee, bank manager and mother. But when she gets on her bike, she becomes Rebel Renee. Rebel Renee isn't about greasing some palms to get things done. And she rides with Geico because she'd never rebel against great service. Geico, savings and service for both your sides.
Lemons, lemons, lemons. The world is so full of lemons. When you become an Expedia member, you can instantly start saving on your travels. So you can go and see all those lemons for less.
Adam Young and Tori Vidalis back with you in the home half of the third. And Arizona head coach Caitlin Lowe joins us from the dugout. Coach, thanks for joining us. A powerful offensive day for your club. 7 home runs in the doubleheader. What's led to this success?
You know, I think they're hungry at the plate, and they're really hunting their pitches. And, you know, even more so than the home runs, I'm just excited they're hitting balls hard. And even when New Mexico's making plays, you know, we're able to make tougher outs.
And Fonts starting in the circle this game. We saw her at the end of last game. She's really holding them, not allowing too many hits. What are you seeing from her that's working?
I think her energy and her presence, she's going right at hitters. And yeah, they're scoring some balls up, and it's right into our defense. But I think that presence matters, and the fact that she's going right at people.
And I have to ask, Allie Skaggs, 7 home runs in 7 games. What has been so impressive in this stretch of 7 games that you've really seen from her?
I mean, honestly, I gotta say the most impressive has been the last 2 years and how steady she is. And you know this stretch is gonna come when someone puts in the work that way.
Awesome, thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach. First-year head coach Caitlin Lowe, Jaylene Burton, Haley Tenori, and Madison Muxon against Jessie Fonts. Bouncing the ball in the hole at short. Great play again by Carroll. She's fantastic defensively.
Someone get her a gold glove already. Sophia Carroll, this is one of those awkward in-betweener hops. And not to mention it was a backhand. So to be able to get that in-betweener backhand and still make that solid throw from in the 5-6 hole, are you kidding me? She's got my vote.
Mine as well. Back to the top, leadoff hitter Haley Tenori. She chops it foul to third. Piggybacking off what Caitlin Lowe was talking about with Allie Skaggs, she told us earlier today that she's an unbelievable teammate. And she spoke about that for a while, even when we were trying to talk about Skaggs' offense and, you know, her hitting routine and what's really working for her right now. And you can speak to this because you played at such a high level and still do. To be known as a great teammate, that's better than all the accomplishments.
Yeah, that goes way further than, oh, you know, she hit 400 her senior year or whatever it may be. But when you leave the program, you don't really remember a lot of the ins and outs of your everyday, but you do remember what is this sorcery from Sophia Carroll? I can't even finish the story. Not with this. My jaw is on the floor.
She's having fun, that's for sure.
This time the other way, takes her to her left. A nice forehand. A little bit of an in-betweener hop too, not quite a short hop. But snags it and still making a throw from that angle. It takes so much power in your hips to get your feet in the right spot. Wow. I'm amazed.
She covers so much ground because she's 5'10" and she's athletic. And we've seen her move right, we've seen her move left, and she has made every play her way here today. Madison Muxon will try to find a hole. Count even 1-1 on the Aggie number 2 batter. Muxon, a redshirt freshman from Seattle. Great numbers this year in limited action. Just her 29th game this year, only 11 starts. She redshirted a year ago and playing really well this year. One and two from Jessie Fonts, who is cruising right along with the help of her defense. And she goes off speed to strike out Madison Muxon. The defense from Carroll, incredible. Arizona leading 5-0.
Lucky for me, there's some great golf here in the Carolinas. Whether you golf or not, Geico could help you score some great savings on car insurance. Whoa! Oh, hole in one.
Geico. See all the ways you could save.
Oh, I want ice cream.
Seriously?
I'm gonna drive to get my ice cream.
No, you're not. Play with this.
No, I'm driving.
Really? Drinking and driving? How old are you?
I'm a big boy.
The BK $5 Your Way meal is here to make your choice easy and so tasty. Go straight to the Double Whopper Junior with piping hot small fries, 4-piece crispy nuggets, and a refreshing small drink. Can you believe you get all this for only $5? The $5 Your Way meal, only at Burger King.
Arizona entered the day 15th in the country in home runs. They have hit 7 today. New Mexico State has hit 3, but all 3 came in the first game of this doubleheader. So Jessie Fonts is settling in the circle for Arizona. And Arizona offensively is on a tear. Kutso, Yiannopoulos, and then Mionio and Palacios, 9-1 and 2 for Arizona. And then Skaggs and Pacho are looming right behind. Hard hit grounder to second, right to Martinez, and there's one gone. We've seen really good defense all over the place. Martinez has had a good day in the middle infield as well. But Carroll has kind of stolen the show with her 2 plays in the third.
I love watching good defense. When you can make defense look effortless, that's my favorite. I'm partial to the infield, but that's because I play first base. But hey, I can always appreciate a diving catch.
There's a bouncer to third. Lopez across for out number 2. And good defense behind a pitcher is a big confidence builder for a pitcher like Jordan King. If you can trust your defense behind you, that goes a long way.
It absolutely does, and I think here, if I'm Palacios, I'm going to take a pitch or 2 and really slow down this inning. I mean, Wildcats just got in on offense. Going to be a quick inning, already 2 outs. Give your pitcher a little bit of time to rest, and yourself too, because you have to go catch. But the last thing you want is like a 5-pitch inning.
The 0-1 from King. Palacios fouls it away. She homered earlier, her 14th of the year, back in the third. This was a no-doubter.
A towering home run. It went over the light pole. To put in perspective, that's how far and hard she hit this ball.
Pops it up to first. Bowen sliding over, and she runs out of room. And to think, too, that it all started over at the concession stand between games when she said to you, what am I doing wrong? And you said, you're fine. And then she tees off in the third.
Yeah, so her, and if you weren't listening to the first broadcast, her sister and I played together on the Mexican national team. I've grown to be really close, get to know her very well. And she was like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I feel like I'm just getting jammed. And I was like, just try getting rotated more. Like, get your hands out. You're fine. You're doing everything right. She's like, okay. So I may take credit for her home run, actually, after the game.
We will add it to your career collegiate total at Texas A&M. I hope they don't mind.
I wish.
All right, home run leaders in the Pac-12. Skaggs 18, Scoopin 17, Palacios up to 14. 3 in double figures for Arizona. Yanked to third. And it's a 1-2-3 for Jordan King on 3 ground outs. Middle of 4 here at the NM State Softball Complex.
We love our new apartment.
There's too much pressure in the bathroom.
Good luck with the future in-laws tonight.
Don't overthink it.
But don't underthink it.
At least Geico makes bundling our renters and car insurance easy.
Oh, no. Oh, boy.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Oh, I want ice cream.
Seriously?
I'm gonna drive to get my ice cream.
No, you're not. Play with this.
No, I'm driving.
Really? Drinking and driving? How old are you?
I'm a big boy.
The BK $5 Your Way meal is here to make your choice easy and so tasty. Go straight to the Double Whopper Junior with piping hot small fries, 4-piece crispy nuggets, and a refreshing small drink. Can you believe you get all this for only $5? The $5 Your Way meal, only at Burger King.
Jesse Fonts has worked 3 scoreless, and her defense, especially over at short, has been great behind her. Carroll, the shortstop, 2 great plays in the third. What makes her so good defensively, Tori?
I mean, her range is absolutely incredible. For her to be able to go to her backhand, get an in-betweener hop, also make a strong throw. The next play you see her going to her left with that forehand. And also just her positioning. When she's fielding these balls, her body is behind her. Her eyes are down behind the ball. She's in an athletic stance to move in any direction. This game is all about being an athlete, especially in the infield. When the balls are coming at you quick, you got to be ready to change the directions at any time.
And it helps, too, when you're having fun. And you can tell she is really enjoying playing here today. Goofing around a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. It's it foul into the mid of Palacios off the bat of Ramsey Lopez, who was hit by a pitch on her elbow 3 innings ago. Coming off a marvelous first game today with a pair of home runs and 4 knocked in. A lot of power from this redshirt sophomore. Strike 3 on the inner corner. 2 straight strikeouts for Fonts, dating back to the third.
I love the sequence. She went there, she went in, out, in, comes back into Freezer on the inner corner. And the only reason that works is because with the second strike, she went out away from the plate. Not really a strike, but close enough to fool Lopez. And a swing and miss, and then comes back to Freezer.
And the frame by Palacios, that helps too. She framed that one really well. 0-1 here on Kayla Bowen. Bowen 0 for 1. Fouled out down the right field line back in the first inning. The cousin of former NBA world champion Bruce Bowen, who played for the Spurs for a number of years. Kayla's really made a name for herself with the Aggies. 4-year starter from Fresno. Talk about a team player. The Aggies have had to use Bowen in the circle this year. She hadn't pitched since high school. And she said, you know what, if you need me to throw some innings, I'm all for it. So she's kind of been a two-way player at times this year. As you see, the numbers really good for Fox. Rocks and fires the 3-1. And she walks Bowen. First walk issued. It's a 1-out walk here in the 4th. If you're Fox here, Tori, would you be extra careful with Lopez and Bowen and try to make the other hitters around this Aggie lineup beat you?
100%. I mean, you never want to get beat by the best hitters. And if you're giving them that opportunity, you're giving them those good pitches, you're essentially handing it to them on a silver platter, saying, here's a great strike you can hit. Do with it what you may. But test those other players who maybe haven't shown up as much.
In there for a strike on the inner third, count even 1-1 on Maya Martinez.
And to me, that's how you find new superstars, right? You give other people in the lineup a chance to beat you, and what happens when they show up? They gain that confidence knowing, hey, I can do this too. Then you become more and more potent as a whole, as a unit.
Martinez trying to provide good protection right around Kayla Bowen. Jillian Taylor waits on deck. Bowen runs over at first. The 1-2. Martinez stays alive. This Aggie lineup for years has been really, really good. Always near the top nationally in a lot of categories. Currently 26th in the country in average at .311. They're averaging 5.5 runs per game. 53 home runs now as a team after 3 earlier today. Popped up, straight back, and right behind us.
No foul ball is complete without the herd down the stairs. It used to be me, so I'm taking full ownership.
You get a prize if you bring the softball to the press box.
Hey, I would have been the first one to that ball. Let me tell you, when I would go to the field with my brother, I was on foul ball duty.
You were calling for a free T-shirt early.
Yeah. Hey, free 99. That's my favorite price.
Take what you can get. Ball 3 to Martinez.
Plus, don't you love a good oversized sleep shirt?
Of course.
I need photo proof later. Just thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Aggie up.
It does not say Giggle. I guarantee you that.
I know I changed it just for you.
Count is full. The payoff pitch to Martinez, and she elevates it high in the air to left. Backing up Behringer, and she has a couple feet of room to make the catch. A long fly out for Martinez, who is looking for her 6th home run this year.
Long indeed. Behringer almost ran out of room out there. Don't think you can hit it much higher than Martinez did. It just misses a home run.
Could have used a little bit of wind. Jillian Taylor, a bunt single 2 innings ago, back in the 2nd. Pitch gets out of the reach of Palacios, and up to second is Bowen. The pass ball on Palacios.
Just a screwball. Looked like Palacios may have gotten crossed up a bit, expecting an outside. Ball kind of tailing back over on the inside half. Makes her have to reach across her body. A little bit more difficult.
Fly ball left field. Behringer back again towards the foul pole, and it's a foul ball with home run distance. That's been the part of the game this year that has really improved for Jillian Taylor. She didn't play much last year, only 22 at-bats, so you never really saw the power. But this year, 4 home runs for a speedster outfielder who can really run, so she's flashed a little bit of power this year.
Sometimes it's not about what you have, it's how you use it. And that speed, her frame, creating good swings, bat speed. People always wonder how slappers hit home runs. It's because they stay compact, right? When they're running through the box, they're hitting onto, they're making sure their barrel is behind them and then even with them at contact.
Fly to center. Koutselianopoulos makes the squeeze. The Aggies strand Bowen. 4 scoreless for Jesse Fonts.
PTI, I need the PDF, COB, AKA EOD. What's the ETA?
ASAP, FYI.
See my IM?
TLDR.
What?
Too long, didn't read.
We don't need any more acronyms, but we could all use more ways to save.
DMX, YOLO!
So, people can get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 when they trade in a Galaxy. Any year, any condition.
Oh, I get it. So you can take your old phone that you've had for 12 years and loved every minute of and trade it in for something new that suits your life now?
That's right, yeah.
Then enjoy immediate success, even though you'll never forget your old phone, ever.
It's a great trade.
Life-changing.
Get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 with any Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition. Only at AT&T.
Do you think any of us will look back in our lives and regret the things we didn't buy?
Or the places we didn't go?
Ali Skaggs will lead off the 5th, coming off a 5 home run week. Pac-12 Player of the Week honors and 2 more home runs today, Tori.
5 last weekend against Utah, and then to come in and keep that streak going with 2 shows you how well she's seeing the ball, how big it looks, how much she's trusting herself.
Skaggs hitting .475 in her previous 7, dating back to that midweek doubleheader last week against Utah. Question right now is, how long can she stay this locked in for? Arizona is going to host Fresno State in a doubleheader in Tucson Saturday. And this has just been an unbelievable run for Skaggs. Sophomore from Louisville, played her first 3 years of high school softball in Louisville, and then played her final year in Tucson at Ironwood Ridge. Former Kentucky Gatorade Player of the Year. Did not go on the appeal. She was a top 15 recruit nationally, so she kind of just had to wait her turn a little bit to play every day here. Only made 17 starts a year ago, and now she's, of course, playing every day, and she's one of the best in the pack this year. That's the thing, too, as Skaggs walks. You can say she's a top 15 recruit, but if you played a Power 5 like Arizona, that's up and down the roster.
Yeah, and something else you have to think about, you could be a top 15 recruit and come here and not beat anyone for a position because everyone on your roster is already so good. That's the thing, is college is such a different ball game than high school. In high school, you should be blowing past all of these people if you're going to play at a D1 school, because that's how high the talent is nowadays at these D1s and especially Power 5s, but even mid-majors. I've seen kids just outrageous numbers.
They're going to call that a catch for Carly. She dropped it on the exchange. That's the call on the field. She made the catch, and then on the exchange from glove to hand, that's where it popped loose. So they will rule it a catch on the line out for Pacho.
Now Pacho laced this ball. And Carly, I don't know if she ever had full possession of that ball, trying to make that throw in to prevent Skaggs from getting to second, but I think New Mexico State lucked out with that call.
The thing about that, too, if you're the base runner over at first base, Skaggs, what do? Because you're kind of hanging out of there, so I guess Carly could throw it over to second base and get a force.
Yeah, I think it just depends if you actually think you drop it or if you think you caught it and it was on the exchange. I think if she was under the assumption that she caught it because she didn't try to make that rush throw.
Hard hit ball by Scoopin, just out of the reach of volunteer assistant Ray Camacho.
Had some quick feet down there.
You better move quickly if you're down there.
The umpire as well, they were all playing hopscotch. I don't know about you, but I'd be scared to get back into that position.
Yeah, I'd scoot back a few steps if I was Ray Camacho or first base umpire Michael Montoya. Out of the reach of the catcher, Ofoia, and up to second base, Skaggs. On the wild pitch for Jordan King. Malika Ofoia, a senior. She's really had to wait her turn to get more playing time. The Aggies had a catcher for 5 years that started for 5 years, Nikki Butler, who rounded out her career a year ago. Softly to short. Burton to first. 2 gone.
That is the first time all night in both games that Scoopin has been retired.
So she is human.
Yeah, the streak must come to an end.
Here's the right fielder, Dimmler, homered in the second, struck out in the third in this game. Multi-home run doubleheader for Paige Dimmler, true freshman from Vista, California, former high school All-American. Rips this pitch out to right field for a base hit. They're going to wave in Skaggs. The throw is offline, and up to second is Dimmler. An RBI single, and she goes up to second on the throw home. The big day continues for Dimmler. She's knocked in 5 in the doubleheader.
Every ball she's making contact with is just so hard. She's finding every single barrel and picks up an RBI at the same time.
Inning continues for Blaze Behringer, left fielder for Arizona, 1 for 2 in this one. That pitch is elevated for ball 1.
Behringer does have some pop. She would be the run rule run if she were to come around and score. And if New Mexico State didn't come in and score in the bottom of the 5th.
Pops this one towards the circle. And the third baseman, Lopez, makes the high catch. Arizona scores again. They have scored in 4 of the 5 innings here tonight.
I want ice cream.
Seriously?
I'm gonna drive to get my ice cream.
No, you're not. Play with this.
No, I'm driving.
Really? Drinking and driving? How old are you?
I'm a big boy.
The BK $5 Your Way meal is here to make your choice easy and so tasty. Go straight to the Double Whopper Junior with piping hot small fries, 4-piece crispy nuggets, and a refreshing small drink. Can you believe you get all this for only $5? The $5 Your Way meal, only at Burger King.
I knew things were coming to an end. When you're the man in the arena, there's no thrill like that. There's still a desire to win.
Tune in to ESPNU tonight at 10 Eastern for the latest edition of the 7 Innings podcast. It's also available on the ESPN app or wherever you find your podcasts.
Are you a big podcast guy?
I am.
I love podcasts.
Especially when you're traveling, right?
Yeah, I love listening to 7 Innings while I'm driving to the airport.
We'll have a nice 45-minute drive early tomorrow.
Yeah, there we go.
Early flight.
I'll be tuning in.
Just cruising along Interstate 10 tomorrow morning.
Maybe I'll get wild and have my windows down and my hair flowing in the wind.
Not if it's windy. Not if it's really windy. That could be
dangerous.
A little dicey, yeah. Bottom third of Carly, Ofoia, and Burton here in the bottom half of the fifth. NM State trying to push across their first run today. Only one hit against the starting pitcher, Jesse Fonts, who's been the pitcher for a couple of hours now for Arizona. She finished off game one, went 1 1/3 scoreless to finish off the game. Struck out the side in the 7th, and then first-year head coach Caitlin Lowe opted to use her to start game 2, and that's been a good decision. That was one I don't think we talked about. We talked about Nets coming back after starting game 1 and not throwing much, but this makes a whole lot of sense, doesn't it?
It does, especially since she was already warm. All she probably did was went and got a small snack and then coming back, getting right back on the mound. She's already warm, doesn't have to throw a lot of pitches, and she was very efficient in the last couple innings of that game. And looks phenomenal tonight in the circle as well.
Really good numbers there for Fonts out of Fillmore, California, second year in the program. Coming into this game, career numbers of 1-0, an ERA of 3, 13 games, 1 start. So this isn't a pitcher who's pitched a ton. But we were told earlier today that Hannah Bowen probably would not throw today. So we saw Nets and Elish in the first game, and we also saw a little bit of Fonts, and now it's been all Fonts here in game 2. And she gets Riley Carly to chase. Strikeout number 3 for the sophomore.
Looks like she tried to pull the string, but didn't quite turn it over to get that pitch to fall off the table, but still gets Carly on the swing for the first out of the inning.
Taking a look at some collegiate softball storylines. Look there. Number 2, Texas A&M winning a series against Alabama. Here's your chance to talk about your Aggies.
I think that was really a turning point for them. They really needed a win just for their confidence, just to prove to themselves that they could finish a game, because it wasn't that they weren't hitting. They were hitting great, maybe struggling a little bit in the circle, but they have the talent. They just needed to prove to themselves that they could do it.
This is Gabby Aragon pinch hitting for Malika Ofoia. Numbers there for Aragon, 256, has 1 home run this year.
Another big story that wasn't on our graphic is Alabama lost to Western Kentucky today, 3-1.
It's those midweek games, right? You talked about this in game 1 late, Tori, where if you don't show up ready to play, a mid-major could snap you.
Yeah, because they're showing up. They're ready. Anytime someone has the opportunity to take out a team that's bigger than you, you may not even think twice about the game. But to them, a win would mean everything. They would celebrate like they won the World Series. You know, so it's all about perspective. Coming into that game, you got to stay ready. Doesn't matter who you play. Got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
There you go. You were ready for that, weren't you?
I was. Been holding that one in.
2-2 from Fonts to Aragon. On the corner for strike 3. Second strikeout in this inning for Fonts, and she now has 4 in the previous 3 frames.
Again, she's so good on these corners. She's keeping the ball down and just nipping the corner, especially with this screwball. If she can hit this spot, I think she's going to have a couple more Ks tonight.
This is Kristin Boyd pitch hitting for Jaylene Burton. Boyd's actually been playing a good amount recently after not playing much early in the year due to an injury to Maya Martinez for a little over a week. Fouls off the first one. We've said during the course of the day that Aggie head coach Kathy Rodolph doesn't really bring in JUCO recruits very often, usually goes after high school and then grooms them for 4 years. And Boyd's one of the rare JUCO transfers, transferred in from Temple JUCO in Texas. Had a good 2 years there.
One of my teammates played at Temple.
13 home runs, 38 extra base hits, 69 knocked in 2 years at Temple JUCO for Boyd. Limited action though in year 1 with the Aggies. The 1-2 coming home. Just misses that time. She's nimbling a bit, and that's okay if you're throwing strikes like Fonts has so far.
Yeah, and that's what makes that pitch look so close, is because she stayed around the zone all night.
Working on a one-hitter right now. Boyd slaps it down the right field line. That will slice out of play, and that home run distance for Chrissy Boyd. Maybe a bigger role going forward for Fonts after such a good day today.
And she's got to come out of today with a lot of confidence, knowing that she came in, took over the game, has been throwing well, efficient pitches, low pitch count.
New set of softballs for plate umpire Dale Wilson. 6-0 Arizona. They have scored in 4 of the 5 frames in this game. Run in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the 5th for 25th ranked Arizona. They got hit the Aggies in this game 7-1. Arizona looking for their 4th win in a row, trying to make it 9 in their previous 11. The payoff to Boyd. And she takes it upstairs, or was it a strike? It sounded like the plate umpire Dale Wilson said strike, but he never motioned that way, so there was massive confusion. So Boyd does the right thing and just sprints down to first base. It was emphatic with the shouting as if it was strike 3, but we never saw a signal.
That's ball up.
The pitch is a ball.
Yeah, up and off the plate. But you see his mouth move, and he said strike. And so everyone is looking around like, what's going on? Even Boyd thought he called strike 3, but he never motioned. So he said that he was saying out. The ball was out. So now Boyd is at first.
Swing and a miss by Tenori. Jaylene Burton re-enters, and she's now back in running over at first base, and she was maybe stepped on over there by the first baseman Scoopin, who was trying to get out of her way. So that's Burton over there, and she's kind of clenching that left wrist. Ooh. Yeah, Scoopin kind of tripped over and was trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, this is a better angle right here. Loses that ball. Her hand goes back, which you are supposed to reach with one hand, but ideally you would like to reach with the hand she hit and keep your body away from them. But she is bleeding, so she'll have to come off the field.
And she had just re-entered back in the game. And now we'll get a new runner over at first base for the Aggies. An interesting sequence there. Ball 4 is strike 3. Well, it turned out to be ball 4, and then Burton will have to leave because she is bleeding. Or maybe she won't have to leave. Maybe they're just going to tape it up and keep her in. Collegiate athletes are tough, and she might just be able to stay in. Look at that. Jaylene Burton will stay in, and she will scamper back over to first base. That could have been ugly. So fortunately, she is not injured. She was just bleeding, it looks like.
Yeah, a lot of bad things can happen, especially when you're wearing metal footwear and no protection on your hands. But thankfully, it covers it up. Good to go. Ready for the next pitch.
Here's the 0-1 to Tenori, and that was in on her hands. 0-2. One of the common themes, too, from head coaches when these aren't league games that are really important towards postseason implications, you just want to get out of it healthy. That's part of the theme as well.
Very true. To go a full year with no injuries on your team is far and few in between.
Strikeouts of Carly and Aragon. Walk issue to Boyd. Burton running for Boyd over at first base. Slapped off the netting. Remains 1-2. Haley Tenori, a redshirt sophomore from Green Valley, Arizona. Former Arizona 3A Player of the Year. Back in that leadoff spot where she's been the last couple of years for the Aggies. Grounds it to short. Carroll is a vacuum, and she tosses to the bag for the force for out number 3. 5 scoreless for Jessie Fonts as we go to the 6th.
Meet Renee, bank manager and mother. But when she gets on her bike, she becomes Rebel Renee. Rebel Renee isn't about greasing some palms to get things done. And she rides with Geico because she'd never rebel against great service. Geico, savings and service for both your sides.
I want ice cream.
Seriously?
I'm gonna drive to get my ice cream.
No, you're not. Play with this.
No, I'm driving.
Really? Drinking and driving? How old are you?
I'm a big boy.
And it's lights out and away we go. So that's a big crash. Get in there.
6-0, number 25 Arizona blanking NM State here in game 2 of our doubleheader. Adam Young with the Olympian Tori Vidalis. Sophia Carroll will start the 6th for Arizona. And she taps the pitch foul up the third base line. So Arizona is looking for their 29th win of the season. RPI is at 36, strength of schedule 33. Just 3-12 though versus schools with a top 25 RPI. But it sure does seem like right now they're peaking as they look for their 9th win in their previous 11, and they have Janelle Mionio healthy again. Does this look like another Women's College World Series kind of a team for Arizona?
I don't know if they're there yet, and I only say that because I still think that they're trying to find their identity. Could they get there by the end of the year? Yes, absolutely they could. But at this moment, I think we need to see a healthy squad. You know, Mionio has been suffering with her shins, or her foot, what they thought were her shins. And just really getting a solid 9 out there every single day, knowing that whatever pitcher is in the circle is going to show up and have a great game. Not just a good game, a great game.
2-2 on Carroll. Arizona's going to host Fresno State this weekend. Non-conference doubleheader on Saturday. So a very good shot this weekend to get up to 31 wins, potentially, if they hang on here and win both on Saturday. High pop-up, right side of the infield. Martinez calling off Bowen, and she could not catch it. So Carroll's going to reach on the air. We've been praising that defense all day, and I don't know if that one got lost in the lights or if Martinez just couldn't squeeze it.
I was just about to say, this ball goes so high, and a lot of times when it goes past the lights, when it comes back down, you lose it because it's in the dark and then all of a sudden it's in the light. So could be a reason why she maybe lost it. Other thing is they were calling each other off, her and Bowen at first. She just squeezed too soon. Sometimes that happens.
As a first baseman, do you always let the second baseman take control of that?
Most times, except if I haven't got one in a while, I'll say ball really aggressively.
Get out of my way.
This one's mine.
Maybe you push the second baseman
down. Yeah, just push her down, tell her this one's mine, I want one. But especially the ones in foul territory that are behind you, the second baseman usually just has such a better angle than you do.
Amber Tobin running over at first base now for Arizona, comes in for Carroll. Arizona trying to get in position here for a run rule. The run rule is 8 runs after 5 innings, so Arizona would need 2 to get in position for it, heading to the home half of 6. Julie Kutso-Yiannopoulos, center fielder, who's 0 for 1. Skips out of the way, the low pitch. Good stop by Ofoia.
Very athletic play all the way around. Kutso-Yiannopoulos trying to get out of the way. Looked very athletic. And then Ofoia stopping that ball and getting ready to make a throw. The ball comes quick, you gotta move quicker.
The 1-0 from King. Chopper to third. Lopez going the easy way, and a good pick over at second by Martinez. Force out goes 5-4. Tobin's off the bases, and Kutso-Yiannopoulos reaches.
And nothing you can do here, just reading the ball off the bat and hightailing it to second base. But Lopez flashing the leather a little bit over there at third base, getting the lead out.
Here's the aforementioned Janelle Mionio. 0 for 3 in the second game in this doubleheader. Hits with 1 out in the 6th. Trying to bunt her way on, and that's foul as it's picked up by Ofoia. As important as those power hitters are, Skaggs and Pacho and Skupin and so many others, would you say that Mionyo might be the most important part of this offense just because she does set the table?
I think so, 100%. I mean, people like Mionyo, like the reason softball is so different from baseball is the slapping aspect. Obviously the pitching, a lot of things are different, but this is something that has been crafted. And you see this barrel control, like, are you kidding me? She's able to bounce it over the head of Lopez at third base. No one is in the vicinity of where that ball just went. And that takes years and years and years of practice to be able to pull your bat back, slap it into the ground and get it to bounce over the head of the third baseman. This would be your ideal slap if you could pick one out of a book, right? 5-6 hole or over the third baseman's head. But without her on, these big hitters don't have any RBI opportunities other than a solo home run.
3-hit doubleheader now for Mionyo. 2 runners aboard for Palacios, who homered back in the 3rd in this game. No balls and a strike on Palacios. Here comes the pitch from Jordan King. High and in, 1-1. That home run earlier for Palacios, her 14th this year. She's knocked in 50 now for the year. We've been talking about her older sister, Sachelle, who you play with and know so well, and I'm sure Palacios also learned a lot last year, too, from Deja Mulipola, of course, the All-American catcher, and you can catch things from multiple sides.
Yeah, you know, just being a freshman, you're really learning from everyone at that point. What's it like to be behind the plate? What's it like to be on the mound? What do you need from me? So it's constantly a learning environment with all the new positions, interacting with the new teammates that you now have.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Palacios, and now she'll have a little chat down the third base line. That's Lauren Lappin, the assistant coach, who's talking to her.
Yeah, Charlize kind of had a little check swing through a ball on the lower half. I think she just wanted time to kind of shake that off, kind of flush it so she can focus.
The 2-2 delivery. Fouled away, and it stays at 2-2. Line for Jordan King in this game. Struggled a bit in game 1. A lot better here in game 2. She's walked 2. She struck out 2. She's limited the damage for the most part. No big innings for Arizona here in this game. Right back up the box and out to center field. They're going to hold up the runner over at third. That's Kutso Yiannopoulos. It's probably a wise choice by Lauren Lappin. That might have been hit too hard where Kutso Yiannopoulos didn't have enough time to score.
Yeah, Palacios just peppers this ball right back up the middle. And like you mentioned, it got out to the outfield very quickly. Taylor fielding it quickly, and Bowen coming across to make the cut.
So now it's Skaggs. We've been talking about her all day. Home run in game 1, home run in game 2. After 2 home runs last Sunday. And she has an opportunity here to put Arizona in line for a run rule. And Kathy Rodolph will come out and talk to Jordan King and Malika Ofoia.
I love that they meet halfway. Usually you see the coach walk all the way out to the circle, have a little bit of conversation, but as soon as she starts walking out, coach walks out there, the pitcher and catcher both kind of like beeline over there towards her, meet her halfway. You don't see that very often. just chilling in the middle.
At this point, if you're Kathy Rodolph, what can you really say about the scouting report on Skaggs? Right now, she's hitting everything. And it seemed like initially Jordan King was doing a lot of the talking, and then maybe a slight mechanical adjustment late from Kathy Rodolph.
Yeah, I think just working on her pace. I could be wrong. I think I was trying to read her lips, but it seemed like she was saying, you know, get on the mound, take a breath, and find your pace. Especially in this situation, you know the run rule is close. Mionyo is on second, and she is that run rule.
High drive, right center field, home run, Ali Skaggs, number 19 this year. 10-0 Arizona. Her second grand slam in the previous 3 games.
I think I may have run out of good things to say about Ali Skaggs because of how incredible she is at the plate right now. You can tell the ball looks so big to her. Again, going up in her wheelhouse, at her chest. And how about this Oppo Taco grand slam?
Look at Ray Camacho, the first base coach, absolutely loving it. And he knew it all the way. And that's an awesome shot by the crew. Hot shot, right center field off the bat of Pacho. She'll scamper into second, standing with the 2-bagger. Hit number 5 in the doubleheader for the third baseman, Izzy Pacho.
Izzy Pacho getting it done as well. Again, the Oppo hits just keep coming. Too sharp for Martinez to stop. And last time we saw Pacho stop at first, maybe like halfway to second and retreat back to first base. But I love that she tried it, went for second. Didn't even have to get a slide in there.
And Wright will come in to run over at second base for Arizona, and Jordan King is removed from the game, so Lorelai Patane will come in to pitch. A grand slam home run for Ali Skaggs. She's knocked in 5 in this one. Very similar game to what she had last Sunday against Utah.
Just unreal numbers. Like you talk about video game numbers, that is the epitome of video game numbers right there. 8 home runs in 7 games, and 2 of them are grand slams. Get out of here. It's like you're playing the show.
Lorelai Patane, 3 1/3 in relief in the first game today. Allowed 4 hits and 4 runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts. She's going to face Skupin here in the 6th, and she had some good moments in relief in that first game today.
She did. She is a nice opposing look for this Arizona lineup. Gonna stay mostly down, a lot of off speed. Whereas King was more up in zone, more of a power pitcher. It's gonna force them to slow down, stay a little bit more disciplined, stay in their legs, and get behind the ball.
The 1-ball offering to Skupin. There's that off-speed pitch, and it just misses, maybe upstairs. Yeah, the catcher, Ofoia, signaling towards her dugout, saying it missed up. That's what the plate umpire, Dale Wilson, told Ofoia.
I think the pitch was just so good, it might have fooled the umpire as well. Her off-speeds have this dropping off the table movement.
Fly ball to left, and it's hauled in by Tenori. 2 outs here in the 6th. Next up is Dimmler. All Arizona here in game 2. The Aggies made a couple of late runs in game 1, but fell up short Final score of 14-9 in favor of Arizona. Wildcats looking to make it 18 straight wins against the Aggies. Toss to Dimmler upstairs for ball one. Not a bad doubleheader for Arizona. 24 combined runs, 26 combined hits, and 8 combined home runs. 4 home runs game one, 4 home runs game two. Dimmler homered in the second in this game. Pops that one foul in on a play. And Wright runs over at second with 2 gone. The 1-1. Tapper foul off the leg of Dimmler, and that won't feel good.
Ironically, I think it hit the foot that she's not wearing the Evo shield on.
That's how it usually works, right?
Yeah. At what point do you have to have every limb with the Evo shield just so you can avoid this? But this changeup out in front got her foot. And when this happens, typically it means that you're just out in front and around the ball. So the only possible way to hit that into yourself is to get it way too out in front, and your bat is hooking around it instead of staying inside that ball and getting it towards the foul lines, I should say.
The 1-2, Dimmler line drive center field. They're waving in the runner. The throw by Taylor is up the third base line. An RBI single for Dimmler, her 4th RBI, and she goes up to second on the throw home.
Another Wildcat that's just seeing the ball so well. Finding a barrel every single AB. And especially, you love when you have runners on and you can just hit a single and you can get them to score. Keeping it simple, not doing too much, trusting that your teammates are getting a good read on that.
Chopper yanked to first, and Bowen reaches for the bag and gets it for out number 3. Well, Tori, Ali Skaggs, another multi-home run game.
It's crazy that we're saying another one because she absolutely launches this ball. She's hit one to left, she's hit one to right. Where can't she hit this ball?
PTI, I need the PDF, COB, AKA EOD. What's the ETA?
ASAP, FYI. See my IM?
TLDR.
What?
Too long. Didn't read.
We don't need any more acronyms, but we could all use more ways to save.
BMX YOLO!
Oh, I want ice cream.
Seriously?
I'm gonna drive to get my ice cream.
No, you're not. Play with this.
No, I'm driving.
Really? Drinking and driving? How old are you?
I'm a big boy.
Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action kills weeds, prevents crabgrass, and feeds your lawn. All 3 in just one bag. As parents of triplets, I like that.
Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action. It's lawn season. Let's get to the yard.
Jesse Fonts in the circle for Arizona has been so effective, mixing in that changeup. But what's impressed me is how competitive all of these pitches are. She's been staying around the strike zone all night. None of the balls out of the hand look blatantly like a ball, which makes it hard for these hitters to pick up.
And she's working on a one-hitter right now, looking for her second complete game of the season. Muxon pops it up. Carroll moves over and makes the catch. One pitch and one out in the sixth. Arizona trying to finish off the run rule victory. They lead by 11. The run rule is 8 runs after 5 innings in college softball. This has been a bright surprise here tonight for Arizona. Fox working her second game of the day, and she has been outstanding in both. Fly ball off the bat of Ramsey Lopez to medium range. And there's Dimmler. 2 quick outs here in the sixth.
This has to give you so much confidence if you're the Arizona staff, coaching staff, knowing that Jessie Fonts does have the stuff. I mean, New Mexico State is not an offense that's gonna just lay down and let you have it. They can swing the bat, and we saw that in the first game of this doubleheader. But to come out and give you a quality game, it's a bright spot moving forward for sure.
9 runs, 14 hits in the first game today for this Aggie offense against Nets and Ellish. And now nothing against Fonts, the least experienced pitcher used here today for Arizona. Like we said, probably a bigger role going forward. 1-1 on Kayla Bowen. Would this be one of your biggest takeaways from today, even on a big offensive day for Arizona, how good Fonts has been in the circle?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing too is that, you know, we didn't see Bowen. She's not pitching today. And then we see Ellish come in, struggle just a little bit. She pitched well, but it was a very high scoring game. And for her to come in here and put a 0 up on the board to finish that out, that has to give you so much confidence as a pitcher, knowing, hey, I can do this.
1-1 to Kayla Bowen is ripped foul. The Aggies are down to their final strike here tonight. Arizona won game 1 in a slugfest. Final score was 14-9. Only 1 hit for the Aggies in this one. The bunt single for Taylor in the second. That was all. If you recall, she kind of found no man's land over at second base, and that's all the Aggies have had. The 1-2 comes home, and it skips home to Bowen. I think it's safe to say the best outing of Fonts' career, her young career. She's only a sophomore. Out of Fillmore, California. Brings home the 2-2. Bowen pounds it foul down the left field line. The 2-2. Rip foul again down the left field line. Fly out to right field in the first, a walk in the fourth for Kayla Bowen. New catcher for Arizona here in what could be the final inning. Bailey Thompson came in for Palacios. Transfer from Seattle U, who knows this Aggie program extremely well during her days in the Western Athletic Conference. The 2-2. Bowen just continues to stay alive. Also is that one off the netting.
Now what an AB, fighting off so many pitches. Could be so easy. You know you're about to get run ruled if you make this next out. So easy to just go up there and just kind of swing at whatever, and she's really staying in here, having a long AB, trying to extend this game for her team.
And now Thompson will trot out and talk to Fonz to try to get on the same page. That's always tough when you bring in a new catcher.
Yeah, I think they were having a little bit of trouble with the signs. Thompson's hands are a little further back. And the way the lights are positioned, it's really hard to read the fingers sometimes. Obviously, that's why you see the fingernails painted in baseball.
Arizona will host Fresno State in a Saturday doubleheader at home. New Mexico State will stay at home this weekend in conference play. Two-two. High and away. Great at-bat brewing for Kayla Bowen. This might be an 11-run game right now, but she's still battling out there. The Aggies trying to extend the game a little further. Waiting on deck is Maya Martinez. Fonz working on a one-hitter to pay off. Bowen grounds it foul. Here's the 13th pitch of this AB. Bowen pops it to third. Pacho squeezes for the final out in the game. Arizona sweeps the doubleheader. 8 home runs, Tori, in the 2 games here today for Arizona.
A lot of home runs. We expected that from these 2 programs. But the bright spot for me was Jessie Fonz in the circle for Arizona. Through a gem of a game, her second longest outing in her career. And I think it's only up from here.
A big thanks to our entire crew for a long day of softball, led by director Kevin Schenk, our producer Sean Van Biesler, my partner, the Olympian Tori Vidalis. This is Adam Young saying so long from the NM State Softball Complex. Tune in to ESPN2 tomorrow night at 7 Eastern for a top 10 matchup between Oklahoma State and Florida State. This has been a presentation of ESPN.